Oh, it's officially college football season when that man is gracing your screen. Desmond Howard, congratulations, sir. So happy to have you around for another season and many more to come. So congratulations on the new deal. Let's get into a huge week of college football. Of course.
Well deserved, by the way. Well deserved.
Texas taking on
the
reigning champs, Ohio State, dealing with a little bit of delay here, guys. Sorry. A game in which Texas, as the #1 seed, is the underdog. Des, is this a must-win for Texas or Ohio State?
I think it's a must-win for Steve Sarkisian in Texas because you look at what happened the last time these two teams met. Obviously, Ohio State beat them in the college football playoff game, and they went on to win the national championship. At that moment, that just buys Ryan Day, Ohio State's head coach, a lot of currency with the fan base. Right now, he's playing with house money. If he went out and lost the game against Texas, no one's going to be, putting for sale signs in front of his house. Steve Sarkisian needs this win. The last time these two teams played, they lost this game. He comes in with Arch Manning with a more talented squad on paper, but we don't know that yet because they're still inexperienced in some slots. So I think that Steve Sarkisian and the Longhorns, they really need this victory tomorrow afternoon in Columbus.
We all know this is all about Arch Manning. Let's call it what it is, my man. Everybody's been talking about this kid or whatever. I want to know from you, because I know you're going to give it to me straight. On one hand, I'm trying to figure out how can you be the #1 ranked team in the nation but still come into the season opener as an underdog when you're the #1 ranked team in the nation? That's number one. But number two, when it comes to him, is he worthy of the preseason Heisman hype when this is the first time he's really been handed the reins? I know he started a couple of games last year, but this is the first time he's being handed the reins. Is this legitimate, Des?
Not at all, Stephen A. Smith. And the reason I say that is because unless he was one of the top finalists a year ago, meaning he was on the stage in New York and announced as one of the finalists, then I don't think he deserves that type of attention coming into the 2025 season. Maybe mention him for the Dan Award or the Johnny Unitas, but the Heisman is the best football player in all of college football, and we have yet to see that. Now, Stephen, you know like I know, in this sport, that name, the Manning name, carries a lot of weights, and it produces a lot of clicks. So we get it. But as far as performing on the field, what I've seen from him thus far, the kid has a very high ceiling. He's extremely talented. But to throw his name in there for the Heisman in late July, early September, I don't think that is warranted at this stage. Now, tomorrow afternoon, we're going to see what he's all about because we know he played in a couple of games a year ago, but not in an atmosphere like this and not against a team of the caliber of the Ohio State Buckeyes.
I cannot wait to see
somebody said it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. This Saturday, Des, will be Lee Corso's last show. Unbelievable. With College Game Day. As someone who has worked beside him for 20-plus years, what's that moment going to be like for you, Des?
It's going to be surreal, guys. I tell you what, Lee Corso is he's one of those people who I say we should just wrap him up in bubble wrap and protect him at all costs. He's a national treasure. He means not only so much to our family, because we're really, really close to Coach, but to college football. I call him the grandfather of college football. He's taught me so much on air and off air. I'm just so happy that we're able to celebrate him the way we are going to celebrate him tomorrow. It's going to be tremendous. I don't think there will be a dry eye on the desk. The way this show is going to end, you guys make sure you tune in tomorrow for the special, iconic tribute to the legendary Lee Corso tomorrow on College Game Day.
We absolutely will. We will not miss it. Des, thank you so much for being with us. We'll talk to you soon.
The ladies' emotions get in the way. And it's the one thing that Jerry always talks to me about. Can't let the emotions get in this thing. But they did. And I'm telling you, because the great love he has for Michael, to pull away from him.
Stop it.
Hold on.
And he made a bad decision here. I don't care what anybody says. He made a bad decision
Michael, I hate all this brokenness you're talking about. Everybody's sad, but what made this so personal? Why did he let his feelings get the best of him? A man that you've just said is one of the best businessmen in sports history. Like, what was he so upset about? What's the thing?
Right, and that's just it. You know, from what I understand when I talk to him, Jerry says this thing that they had worked on time and time again. Like Michael came to him, they changed the number. Then went to Steven, they changed the number. But if you did all of those changes and the number was still below the 41, at least the 41 or 42, then where did you start with Micah? All of it. But the reality is you made a bad decision. Not just from the money perspective. I'm talking about continuity with what you're trying to get done offensively and defensively. Now, if you can ever stop the run, you were 29th last year, you haven't been able to stop the run. So you got a big engine on the offense. You're going to put up points. He's the greatest pass rusher, one of the greatest in the league. That's playing complementary football. And now you come in and tell me about stopping the run.
I don't want to. This is not a day I want to hear your football analysis. I'm getting personal here. I'm getting personal right now. Why, Michael Irvin? How come you couldn't stop Jerry from making this decision? You, Michael Irvin, you're the playmaker. You've known this man for almost 40 years. He loves you like a son. How come you were not able to stop him from making this move and taking care of Micah Parsons? Dallas might be blaming you right now.
Well, you are pretty good at this, boy, but let me tell you something. Because don't think I haven't put that on my own. Man, was Jerry serious? Maybe I should have went and got that thing done for real. And I have thought about that. I absolutely have thought about that. And now I got to think deeply. I'm serious about what kind of friend are you to bring that back up again. I'm just, because I swear to you, this makes no rhyme. And no reason. And Stephen, you're right, Steve. He was reaching out to me. He was crying out, and I missed it. And I should have jumped in the middle of it even deeper and better. And I'm hurt for it, and there's no doubt in my mind. So I don't care what anybody says.
So is that
all that Jerry's saying about we're better today? That's not true. That reminds me of the documentary where his dad said, "Make it look like you know what you're doing, even when it is not working." And that's what I came up with right there.
Is that
not true?
Is that your way of confirming the obvious? That 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark in no way measures up to the loss of Micah Parsons, and the Dallas Cowboys will end up being worse? Is that you giving that confirmation over the national airwaves?
I'm telling you right now that the Dallas Cowboys defense is not as good as it was, and it was always to have a problem. Now listen to what they said yesterday. They talked about wanting to stop the run. They are absolutely right. They need to learn and need to figure out how to stop the run. But letting Micah Parsons go, Micah Parsons wasn't because that's not the reason. That's because some of the guys you drafted did not work. Micah Parsons was the best thing we had in the complement for the offense. If you got a high-power offense, you want somebody that can get to the quarterback. That's where they made a bad football decision. And don't try to lie to me talking about we needed to stop this and we got a better player. We lost yesterday.
Michael, you're on the inside there, right? Obviously, you bleed blue. How deflated is the locker room? How deflated are these players? What is this going to do to the culture of this team right now heading into the season?
Yeah, this will be a difficult game for them to go into. Certainly the Philadelphia game right now with this situation. It really is. Because now you think about it, it's not just this. We're coming off Dak Prescott situation. We're coming off CeeDee Lamb situation. And then right in the preseason, here you did a Trayvon Diggs situation. I guarantee you the locker room is rattled right now, and it's definitely going to affect them